My name is Kathy Culbertson. I grew up here, I moved here in 1983 to Toledo. I grew up in Sandusky, Ohio. Uh, Much love for Cedar Point. I've been there many years. Uh, I entered the service in 1971. I went to Alabama, Georgia, and then to Washington, D.C. and worked for the National Procurement Office for the military to procure tanks and that for all the Army bases. And then I was discharged and stayed out 11 months and went back in, went immediately to Thailand, where we were 20 miles from Laos, 10 miles from the Air Force Base. And at that time, the comm center was underground in case they bombed. We serviced all the incoming and outgoing messages from Vietnam. And when I was done there, they sent me back to Fort Meade, Maryland, to the National Security Agency, from whence I retired medically. I liked my time in the Army. There was a lot of interesting things that happened. One of the big things in Thailand was, there were two incidents in Thailand, but one of the biggest ones was my commanding officer called me in to his office and asked me why women were out of uniform and what the women's code was for dress. And I explained to him and I said, "Sir, the problem is we can't buy them here at the PX. We have to go to our parents, and even the Air Force Base really doesn't have much available to us for proper clothing." They what? We went right down to the PX and he took care of getting our clothing items in that we needed. And then the WAC commander of the Pacific decided to visit our little base, and my company commander was standing back there and she sent an aide up and she said, she poked me on the shoulder and she said, "The WAC commander would like to see you after this meeting is over." I said, "Okay, that'll be fine, thank you. Where do you want me to meet her at?" And she said, "A room," and I went there. And he's walking right beside, "What'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do?" I didn't do anything. She was my company commander at Fort Meade, at Fort Myer, Virginia, when I was first in the service. Oh, you could just see his shoulders go down. But that was one of the best, some of the best times. I enjoyed my time in Thailand. I enjoyed my time everywhere I was at. Medically speaking, my bills got to be to the point where they were astronomical. I was trying to pay them, pay my rent and utility bills, and it just didn't come together. The place where I was living at, I owned my own mobile home. They came and offered me so much money for my home and to pay the back rent and pay everything off that I would owe them nothing when I left. So I thought about it and I took their offer, and that's how I became homeless. Everyone here has been awesome. They really and truly have. Miss Delise and her crew are wonderful. They bring me my medication in the middle of the night. They bring me ice if I need it. They just cater to me, and I appreciate it so much. I truly do. I'm diabetic. I have COPD, but those are the minor issues right now. I have stage 4 colon cancer that has metastasized to my liver and other parts of my body. And last week I fractured my collarbone in bed. Yeah, I was laying on my right side, went to pull up a pillow to pull it between my legs, and I heard the snap. It was terrible that night. I didn't sleep very well. And then I had an appointment the next day, so then I had family drop me off at the emergency room. And they took an x-ray and found out that I had fractured the clavicle area here. When I first came home after my first tour of duty, I wasn't treated very well. Today, the Vietnam era veterans are much more acceptable than what they were way back when. Um, there are many veterans that still need care out there that refuse to get care, and they're the ones that really need to be reached, and we need to pull them in.